The galaxy liked to believe it understood humanity. To most species, humans were a paradox made of soft flesh and impossible stubbornness. Brilliant one day, reckless the next, and always too brave for their own good. But they hadn't seen the truth yet. Not the whole of it. Not the part that slept deep beneath humanity's laughter and chaos and kindness. The part that remembered. Because humanity never forgot a favor, and they never forgot a wound. The Valari were a small, peaceful people, winged, translucent-skinned, every day, and so gentle that even their predators avoided harming them out of sheer pity. When the Dominion fleet invaded their world, razing forests and rounding up civilians as slave labor, they did not resist. They couldn't. Their bones were hollow. Their hands were made for weaving starlight, not firing weapons. And that was when a single human ship fell out of warp. The IS Overture was a diplomatic vessel, barely armed, crewed by scientists and linguists. Captain Marin Holt could have fled, should have fled, every day. But when she saw the Dominion ships burning villages into glass and rounding up terrified Valari children, she made a choice that would echo across centuries. She broadcast a simple message: those who prey on the harmless will face humanity. Then she attacked. The Overture fought far above its weight, dodging railfire, carving open troop bays with emergency beam cutters, slamming into a destroyer to protect a fleeing Valari shuttle. It was courage bordering on insanity. It was human. When the Overture finally fell burning through the Valari skies, half her crew dead, her engines screaming their last, the Valari people climbed the smoke, blackened wreckage, and found Marin Holt bleeding and dying at the helm. She smiled at them. "They got you out," she whispered. "That's what matters." The Valari saved who they could. They held her hand until the last beat faded. And then, in a gesture rare for their species, they sang a mourning hymn so powerful it turned the air to shimmering light. There were only 12 Valari survivors. A century passed. Stars changed hands. Empires rose and fell. Humanity spread like wildfire. Colonies, alliances, fleets. But across all their expansion, they kept a digital monument in the Terran core. Net THEO Virtuor Pyramais. One day we will return what the Valari gave us. Every day. One day we will repay their kindness. It became a cultural legend, a promise encoded into AI ethics, a lesson taught in military academies. And so when a faint Valari distress signal, ancient, flickering, nearly lost, reached human space, the response was immediate. The Terran Union mobilized a debt repayment fleet, not a task force, not a battle group, a continent of ships, 3,000 warcraft, 2 planet crackers, 7 dreadnoughts whose reactors shone like small suns. Lead Commander Area Holt, descendant of Captain Marin, stood before the fleet as the stars rippled with warp light. Her speech was short. Humanity remembers. The jump engines roared. When the Terran fleet emerged above Valar Prime, they found the Dominion had returned as well. Older, stronger, swollen by a century of conquests. Their warships formed a blockade of metal fangs around the fragile world below. The Dominion admiral laughed when human signals reached him. "You bring this armada for a dead species," he mocked. Area Holt replied, "For 12 survivors who held the hand of a dying captain." Then she gave the order. What followed was not a battle. It was a demonstration. The first Terran dreadnought ignited its stellar lance, vaporizing 3 Dominion cruisers in a single line. Planet cracker projectors tore open the enemy flagship like paper. The swarms of human fighters moved with coordinated precision only centuries of AI, integrated warfare could achieve. Dominion ships tried to flee. None escaped. Within an hour, silence returned to the system. Humanity had repaid the favor. Not in blood, not in conquest, but in protection so absolute it bordered on divine. On the surface, the Terran landing craft found the last Velari. Only a few thousand remained now, and as scattered and frightened. Their leader, Elder Sera, stepped forward, wings trembling as she looked up at Area Holt. You came," she whispered. "After all this time." Area kneeled. "You saved our people once. You showed kindness when the galaxy didn't. Humanity forgets many things. Elder Sera, but never kindness." The Valari bowed, tears refracting sunlight. "Then our ancestors were right. Humans are not a species. A promise." Behind them, the Terran flag unfurled in the alien wind. Its symbol no longer just a mark of Earth, but a message to the galaxy. If you harm the harmless, humanity will stand between you and them. If you show kindness to a human, The entire species will move mountains to return it. Suns and steel, fury and protection, memory and promise, and across the galaxy, empires trembled as they remembered a truth older than war. Humanity repays every favor, and some debts are paid with the fire of stars.